Peace and prosperity be unto all who's listening watching. It's your girl Shayma Wright, and I'm back with another video. And today I found myself forcing something onto somebody, and I wasn't trying to, but cause sometimes you can deceive yourself into believing one thing without believing the entire thing. You could deceive yourself to believing half a truth and not accepting the entire truth simply because you lack knowledge, or you lack information, or you truly are just a fool. And we all at some point in our life has been foolish about something or unacknowledged about something in our lives. And we've been foolish and ignorant to accept the full truth to something, but accepted half truths in our lives. And I no longer can be the person who can accept half truths, but I have to accept the information entirely, even if I don't understand it, right? Even if I don't understand something, it's because there's some things that are true about God, and there's some things that are true about His Word that you may not fully understand. But it's true even in its fullness, even if you can't comprehend it. It's true in its fullness, even if you don't fully understand it. It's true in its fullness, even if you're not there and can eat the entire thing. So, found myself, pushing somebody who was fighting to. They knew and believed in the Old Testament, but did not believe in the New. And you cannot have the old without knowing the new. Like, those are generations ago, but those are things we still live by. Just like now, the very things that were written are some very things that we can still walk with and walk by. This generation here are going to set up things for generation to come after us. And it may be the generation of revelation. It may be the generation of something. We may be one chapter Bible, one chapter's generation. We may not have many chapters like this one, like the past generations did. Who knows? Only the Lord knows what this generation is to fulfill and complete. But my thing entirely is, some people hold on to things that are that won't help them grow, that keep them at the gates of accessing who God really is and what God's really all about in their lives. And they idol people, they idol gods, they have idle thoughts. And they say an idle mind is the devil's workshop, which is true. If you have any idols, if you have anything you idly believe, the enemy can just swoop down and use your mind because of your ignorance, and because of your foolishness, and because of your lack of knowledge, and because you can't take full truths as they are. And there's some people in life that really can't perceive to take a whole lot of truth in. And what that does is it allows the enemy to have a foothold in your life. And you don't want the principalities of the prince of darkness to have footholds in your life, seats in your life, to dwell amongst you without you even knowing. Yeah. So it don't even have to be this. Stop forcing people to accept what you know, to accept what you believe, to accept who you are. Stop forcing people, right? The only way people are going to truly believe in you is that you be not only what you say, but you walk in it. And people are consistently lecturing others about what they should be doing, about how they should be doing it, and how they should speak, and how they should go about life, and how they should be. But they're not being a living example of what that is. And that's one thing you can definitely say about who Jesus was. Jesus may have been the most ultimate example of all times when it came to love, when it came to unconditional love, when it came to understanding and patience. He had patience that I sometimes don't have for ignorance, right? Patience. And understanding and all these different things, right? And he wanted his a faithless generation to have faith in what they had present with them, because the generation before us was a faithless generation. It was a very faithless generation. But I could declare it today and say that this generation right here that we're walking in is a faithful, faith believing generation. And we have a faith even stronger, even greater than a mustard seed. That we're doing greater things, that more people are being saved than generations before us, simply because of our faith, simply because of who God is and how we use our vessel to be a walking example of what God truly is, and how we use our lamplight to be that example, right? We are lights, right? God sees you from the very top of the heavens and sees your light up down here. How bright your light is depending on how much you feed yourself in the spirit. It depends on how much you stay in the spirit. It depends on how much you stay in the spiritual realm. It depends on how well you know God and new revelations. It depends on where you are with God and his walk and your faithfulness to God and how your surrender it looks like. What does your surrender look like? What does your relationship with God look like? And you know, always been someone who followed God and who always been someone who loved wisdom, who wanted the things of God. But I've had some complacent years, but over the time I've grown in my faith. And there's one thing I can say: God never fails you. You are the one who falls short, but you don't completely fail God. God loves us despite our mistakes. God forgives us despite what we've done. God has an open heart to forgive, even if we can't forgive ourselves.